Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. Yep, today we're taking a look at another Rough Ryder knife. I tell you what guys, it's just really hard to beat the value that you can find in these Rough Ryder knives. I mean, that's my opinion. Um, a lot of people agree with me, some don't, and that's fine. But to me, it's just really, if you're gonna get into traditional knives and you want to discover patterns, you know, a pattern you might not like, Rough Ryder to me has to be the way to go because you get a good quality knife at a pretty darn good price, man. It doesn't get much better. But anyway, today, as you can see there on the box, we're going to be taking a look at the classic Micarta. This one is the cotton sampler of this series. There are 5 in this series. You've got the sow belly, the cotton sampler that we have here, the folding hunter, the trapper, and a hawkbill in this green micarta. Now, I do have to let you know that this one was provided to me by Smoky Mountain Knife Works for review, so I thank them very much for giving me the opportunity to check this knife out and to show it to you guys. So, we're going to move our box out of the way, and we're going to take a look at this knife. I mean, seriously, guys, this micarta is... I mean, it just looks so nice on this knife. Zoom out just a little bit there. Really well done. I mean, it's that kind of a dark, I don't know if you, I don't think I'd quite go as far as forest green, but a nice dark green micarta. Nickel silver pins, nickel silver shield. Now on this one, you do have brushed steel bolsters, steel liners. Now you do have, there's a really thin black underliner there, just to kind of give it just a hint of contrast. And when I mean thin, I mean pretty darn thin. You do have that matte strike pull, half stop as you can see. Nice kind of satin finish on it. And just the cotton sampler blade. Now, I'll be the first one to say this one I don't find as easily, well, how can I say this? Is the cotton sampler the best blade for EDC? Probably not. But just to have a cotton sampler in your collection, you know, kind of the historical value behind it, it's just a pretty darn cool blade shape, I think. Is it usable? Oh yeah, it's definitely usable. It's a good package opener. This is a little short for me for cutting rope. I need a little bit more blade. You know, when I'm cutting rope, it just makes it easier. I mean, that's what I do a lot at work. But it's still an awesome blade shape. Kind of got that whole rhino horn going on there. Just a pretty cool historical knife. And that's exactly what it was used for, sampling bales of cotton, to tell the quality of the cotton. That's exactly what, it's its whole purpose in life. This one, walk and talk. Wow. That's pretty snappy. That's got a really good back spring on it. I'd say the pull is a 6 to 7. But that matte strike, I love the way that looks. Just gives it, almost makes it look a little mean. Almost looks like, I don't know. It reminds me of like the face of something. The eye and like the little horn, like I guess like a rhino, I guess. Is what I'm thinking of. That just looks so cool. But again, the build on this knife. I mean, pins are nice and flush. Your lanyard tube, nice, flush. Transitions between your bolsters and your micarta are just, I mean, very, very well done. If you take a look at the back spring, yeah, there's a little gap there. Nothing too major. But again, just the value in these knives. So it's hard to beat for me. And you know, every time somebody asks me, you know, I'm looking to get in traditional knives, you know, how do I do it? I was like, go Rough Ryder. Because not only can you, the patterns, you know, there's so many different patterns. I mean, trapper, cotton sampler, cell belly, blah, blah, blah. There's so many different patterns. But there's so many different handle materials as well. I mean, you've got stag bone, you've got micarta, you've got smooth bone, jig bone. It just goes on and on. Wood. I mean, just, there's so many different types of micarta. You got natural, you got canvas, you got burlap. I mean, just linen. Just so many different options. It's a great way to find the one that you're going to like for not a lot of money. I mean, this guy, $15. You cannot beat this knife for $15. I'm sorry. Not at all. Just a great, great knife. Like I said, might not be the most practical for EDC as far as the blade shape goes. Still perfectly usable. But somebody just asked me, I'm thinking about getting, well, it was a hawkbill. It was a hawkbill or a trapper they were looking at. And I was like, well, hawkbills, for me, I use a hawkbill all the time. I work in the garden. Hawkbills are terrific pruning knives. But if you're not working in the garden and you just want it for everyday EDC, trapper's probably the way to go. You know, it's a more user-friendly, versatile blade. I mean, there again, my opinion. But it's hard to beat these darn Rough Ryders, man. Such nice knives. Now, as I said, this one was provided by Smoky Mountain. I'll leave a link to this one. I'll actually leave a link to this knife specifically, but I'll also leave a link to the whole series. So you can check out the whole series, the 5 knives in the Classic Micarta series, down in the description. But as I said, this one was provided by our good friends at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So, you know what that means. Here at some point, it's probably going to be given away. So I'll throw that up there. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So awesome of them to do this. Again, it's a fantastic opportunity for me to be able to show you guys a whole bunch of knives. And I greatly appreciate them doing it. And that's a great way for you guys to get another knife in a giveaway at some point in time. Don't know when this one will go. Maybe Christmas, maybe sooner. We'll see. I don't know. Haven't made up my mind yet. But it's definitely getting given away to you guys. Most of these knives that I get from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, they're all coming back to you. There's no other way about it. That's the way we're going to do it. As always, guys, thank you very much for checking out the Classic Micarta Cotton Sampler from Rough Ryder with me today. Oh yeah, by the way, RR1992. That's the number on it. As always, guys, thank you very much for spending time with me. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.